I'm Tim Tollefson, a pro trail and ultra runner for HOKA One, and my hardest trail race, ultra race. That was, I had to really go back into the archives to try and figure that one out because I've raced all over the world. I've been in the kind of near the Tibetan Plateau in Western China, running along 13,000 feet in knee-deep snow-covered courses. I've been in the hot and oppressive outback in Australia, dodging kangaroos. I've been in the Italian and Swiss Alps and the French Alps, done a little bit of everything. But my hardest ultra, what I would say, is one that objectively was probably my worst ultra. And what some may think of as being kind of like a successful ultra, or like, UTMB must have been your hardest ultra. You got third place, or you did this or that. For me, I think the most challenging ultras are when things don't go well. You have to find something deep inside your soul on how to keep moving forward when everything objectively is falling apart around you. You have to kind of check your ego. You have to basically just find a reason to keep putting one foot in front of the other. And for me, that was Gran Canaria in 2016. I went out there coming off of an injury that I sustained while trying to train for the US Olympic trials for the marathon. And I went into this race, which is a monster. It's about 75 to 78 miles, over 20,000 feet of gain, across an island just off the coast of Morocco. And you start on one side of the island, run to the other through multiple different kind of climates and habitats. And for me, going in, I was banged up. I hadn't had the training I needed, but I was going for the sole purpose of trying to get my points to qualify for UTMB. So all I had to do was finish. And I thought, like, going in, oh, that shouldn't be that hard, I just have to finish. But I made the mistake of getting drawn out early with the leaders because my ego kind of got the best of me. I ran too quickly. About 50K in, my quads blew up. I just couldn't run downhill. And this race ends with a marathon that drops 8,000 feet from the peak of the island all the way to the coast. That marathon took me 9 hours to finish, which, as a 2:18 marathoner, that's a long time, and this was downhill. I got to the point where I was struggling to move forward. I was like white knuckling my hiking pole so bad that I gave myself tendonitis in my wrists and my fingers afterwards. I stopped at aid stations, had to basically find support from the people out on the course, the fellow runners, and like each step forward felt like glass was just shredding my quads. But I had this goal of I needed my points. I wanted to get to UTMB, and I didn't care how long it would take me. Almost to throw salt in the wound, as I was drawing closer to the finish line, the other competitors in the race who were very kind, there were some that would stop and say, Tim Tollefson, can I get a selfie? And through basically tears of agony, I'd be like, yeah, sure. It is, but it was humbling that I was, seeing these other people, and they were still supportive and encouraging of me despite knowing that I was having a very bad day. I would say the energy I got from them is kind of like, hey, I can do this, they're doing it, I have no reason to stop. And getting to that finish line really meant a lot to me because I kind of proved to myself that you can do hard things. Things can fall apart around you, and it's kind of something I've taken into my life, but you can keep taking one step forward, one foot after another. And I finished 101st in that race, but 101st place in an international race, which my ego wanted to say, hey, that's terrible, but it's something I'm very proud of. Just because it was such a tough mental race. And I think that you learn a lot more through those struggles than what you might say is defeat, but through those experiences, you grow and you learn. And there were things of that race that I really have applied to other successful races moving forward. But yeah, Gran Canaria, 2016, hardest race of my career.